Welcome everyone to this video. This is for class 9th, and in this video we are going to deal with lesson number 9, and this is titled as The Bond of Love, and this is written by Kenneth Anderson. Now you can see few of the things behind me on the board which I have written, which I guess that is quite important to understand the lesson. First you have a look at them so that you could somehow try to collect it while I'll be describing the summary of this lesson. Now let's see. Author, author's wife, then Bruno, or he is also named as Baba, then Zoe in charge, and then superintendent. Now few of the things those are important as I believe is barium carbonate, that is a red poison, a gallon of engine oil, that is crude engine oil, a stick, two famous places of India, those are Mysore and Bengaluru. Now let's begin. The summary of this lesson, though I'll try to keep it short, but it cannot be, as it is a vast lesson which has many of the things, but I'll try to somehow summarize it and make it easier for you and try to make it short. So let's begin now. The lesson begins with author and his friends. Author, along with his friends, went to one of his friends' farm where they were gathered to enjoy the picnic, but his friend informed them that some of the times his farm is being attacked by a group of pigs, and that's why they were having the guns to shoot those pigs. And as he was describing this, immediately a group of pigs just came around there and attacked on the farm. Everyone went in hurry. They were eager to shoot the pigs, but for their amazement, they couldn't find any of the pig there. They just saw a bear, and author immediately felt that it's not good to kill any bear without any reason. So he dropped his gun, but one of his friend shot that bear, and that bear was dead. And as they could realize anything, they just saw another bear, that was a baby bear, who was scrambling around that lady bear, female bear, who was shot by them, and she was dead. But that baby bear was somehow trying to make that bear, who was already dead, alive, but it couldn't be possible, and it was no longer tough for author and his friends to understand that relationship between this small bear and the elder bear, who was now dead, is of son and mother. So they were thinking of what to do with this baby bear. Immediately author thought of giving this as a present to his wife, and he asked all the friends, and everyone agreed with happiness, and merrily they found a sack in which that baby bear was caught by the author after a little trouble, but they could caught it easily. The simple reason behind that was a baby bear who couldn't run much and was caught by the author. Then author packed it in that sack, and he decided to give it to his wife. When he presented it to his wife, she was extremely happy. She was feeling the real pleasure. She was about to imagine that she could get any of the present, like a bouquet of roses or any picture or any of hers, But this was really amazing for her and she felt very happy and she accepted it with love, and afterwards she grieved that baby bear with love. She also tried to first attach a ribbon to that baby bear so that it could look more prettier. Sooner, the lady realized that it was a male bear, so she removed that and she christened it by giving that baby bear a name, that is Bruno. Firstly, like we call our loved ones in our home with a short name. She also gave a short name, that is Baba. And she used to call the Baba whole time. She used to play with her. Even the Baba, though, was not properly arranged, or we can say not properly uh, adopted the situation, but sooner it had to, and that then that bear just accepted the condition, and also he tried to be happy there as he forgot about his mother, and he started to move on. Once he started to move on, what he saw was he could just feel the love of that lady, and everyone was amazed to see that a bear can behave in such a manner that he drank everything, he ate everything like chocolates, ice cream, pizza, even porridge made up of various vegetables, and all other things. Those things which are generally eaten by human beings. And even that Baba could eat so many things, and that's why it attracted some of the people. Those were the tenants of the author. Tenants means one who pay the rent for living in some, the house owner's home. Okay, in Hindi we call it kirayadar. Let's continue now. So those tenants were also happy. They also accepted Bruno, and the babies of their tenant became friend with Bruno, and even Bruno enjoyed their company. They used to play together for so long hours. Once, what happened was Bruno found a stick, and that stick was really used in an amazing way by Bruno, as he saw some of the stunts being performed by some other animals and even the persons in the television, and he copied it. Afterwards, few of the tricks were being taught to Bruno by the author's wife. When Bruno was called, Bruno box, it attacked the person in front. It slammed that person, and when it was said, Bruno gun, Bruno pointed with that stick to someone whomsoever is standing ahead of him, like it was a gun. And it was really amazing for everyone to see a bear behaving in such a manner. As soon as this stunt was loved by everyone, Bruno also learned some many. Like he was starting to crawl like a baby when he was called as Bruno Baby by author's wife. By all these things, I guess you all can get it quite clearly that Bruno had lot of affection for author's wife, so as author's wife did. As soon as Bruno got younger, he started to eat many other things and even drink some of them. Once he drank barium carbonate, that is red poison. which is used to kill the rats in our home. I guess most of you also use it. If you don't know, just look at its chemical formula while you will be going after watching this video. You can find the formula as barium carbonate, and that barium carbonate was drank by Bruno unknowingly, and it had its ill effect, which was like paralysis. Bruno couldn't move his body, but somehow he dragged it to the place where Arthur's wife was standing, and Arthur's wife was so shocked. She was so worried. She called the author immediately, and then author called the doctor, and then the whole thing was realized that it was rat poison. And doctors said that if you would have called me just a little late, this bear couldn't be saved. But luckily, it got the medicine on time, and now it will be fine very soon. So did Bruno became healthy again, and Bruno again started to live with this family. And very sooner, one more incident happened, that is, Bruno drank a gallon of crude engine oil, which was kept in the garage by the author, and that did not have any ill effect, luckily, on the Bruno, as Bruno got younger now. And this Bruno, after getting a little older, got its real shape, that is more abnormal than a human being. Thus, everyone started to tell author and his wife that you have to send this Bruno now to the place where it belongs, that is a zoo. Yeah, correct, zoo. But author's wife was not ready, but they also realized many of the problems. And finally, author's wife was convinced by the author that Bruno has to be sent now in the zoo, and we'll go to that place whenever possible. At last, she had to agree. She wrote a letter to the zoo in charge, and zoo in charge accepted Bruno happily to have in their zoo. And very soon, a cage was sent from zoo for Bruno, and Bruno was packed up in that cage and was sent to the place, that is Mesur, where that zoo was located. You would able to understand how hard it is for us to leave any of the pet of ours. So was for author's wife, but they had to. And once Bruno was gone, author's wife could not feel normal. She started crying for so many days, even for months, and she wished that she could somehow go to that place. But since author and his wife lived at a far enough distance, they couldn't move there frequently. So once, luckily, what happened was the society members of author were going to the Mesur, and author's wife requested them to go to the zoo and meet Bruno, and they met him. And once they returned to the society, author's wife asked so many questions, and for their surprise, that Bruno was not happy at all. He was also not eating everything. That Bruno, who used to eat everything like chocolate, cakes, porridge, or vegetables, he was not eating anything what he loved to have. It was quite surprising, but can be understood, as that bear also had an attachment with that lady. After some time, Arthur's wife convinced Arthur to move to Mesur to see Bruno once, and luckily Arthur had accepted that proposal and both of them went to Mesur. Arthur's wife was extremely happy to meet Bruno, and when she entered the zoo, she just hurried to the place where Bruno was kept. And Arthur was thinking that Bruno might not remember Arthur's wife. For his surprise, what he saw was even Bruno ran towards the cage in a real good speed, and so did Arthur's wife. Both of them were like they met after a very long period, and both of them loved each other so much, and it was surprising for all other visitors too. At last, after giving all the food which Arthur's wife brought to the zoo for Bruno, it was time for them to say goodbye to Bruno, but Arthur's wife was not ready. She started crying and she screamed that I have to take Bruno with me. I can't live without him. Even Bruno was crying. That situation was really terrible. Now, Arthur asked the zoo in charge that can they take Bruno with them back to their home again? He said it's not possible without the permission of superintendent. So to take the permission from the superintendent, they went to Bangalore again. From there onwards, they got the permission from superintendent as he had no other option after seeing the bonding between the author's wife and Bruno. And with the permission letter of superintendent, they came back to the zoo where the zoo in charge provided a special cage to Bruno. And one more thing to be remembered here is Bruno, along with one more baby bear, was sent back to Arthur's home. Now it was not enough spacious for them to keep Bruno and stay with him. So they decided to create an island kind of scenario for Bruno. So they somehow arranged many things around that pond which was just in touch with their society, and everyone used to go there and play with the Bruno. All the kids, they used to play with the Bruno and even that younger bear, and Bruno was loved continuously afterwards by the author's wife as she daily visited there and she loved Bruno so much, and even Bruno loved that lady so much. So the conclusion of the story is the bond of love can be created between an animal and a human being, two animals, two human beings, or any of the creature. All what you need is the purity of the relationship, and afterwards, once it's connected, it can never be lost, and you can have every single benefit, that is peace of mind, that is seeing the loved person or animal happy. So love your pet animals, that's it. Love everyone else around you as all of them are the creature of the God. Thank you so much, and keep subscribed for the next upcoming videos.